All right, welcome back to Mastering MMA. I'm Coach Lee here with you. We got Connor again. Just finished up a private. Got to play in the new gym. It was exciting. So we christened it here. A bunch of punches and kicks today. But today we are going to be talking about strangulation concepts, right? So I see a lot of times people going the wrong way when they're trying to choke people, whether it's a triangle, a guillotine, whatever the case may be, rear naked choke, all of those things. I see people working against themselves, basically. So we're going to talk not so much step by step, but more of a concept. So whenever I'm choking somebody, I want to make whatever's around their neck as small as possible, basically, is your objective. So always be thinking about that. And that'll point you in the right direction, because it seems, a lot of times it seems like you should go the opposite way you actually should. And you even see that in high-level fights. Guys that are fighting big-time UFC guys, you'll see them, instead of making the hole small, they try to pull, and they use the wrong muscles to choke. So we're gonna talk about that a little bit. So I know you're going to like this video, so go ahead and smash that like button for me. And if you haven't yet, hit subscribe. And the notification bell so you don't miss anything. So when we are choking, let's use the guillotine as our first example. Their neck is in this hole, right? So my goal is to make this hole as small as possible. I'm going to do that by, first of all, I'm going to cover their head with my armpit, and I'm going to be pulling my hand up, which is making this hole smaller. And the reason I'm covering the back of their head with my armpit is so their head just doesn't pop out. Out. Sorry, my pit bull tried to come in here. So I'm trying to make this hole as small as possible, right? So I'm covering the head, I'm pulling my hand up, and I'm going to flex my lat and do an oblique crunch, right? So I'm this, right? So see how small that hole got? So let me get you in my guard. You over here. I think that'll get a good camera angle here. So when I'm going for this guillotine, how many times have you seen somebody come here and then they do this and the head pops out? Right? I'm actually, as I do this, if you can see here, I'll roll on my side. Right? As I do this, that hole's getting bigger. I actually want to do this to make it smaller. So when I have him here, right? If I'm pulling this way, one, it's taking my armpit off the back of his head, and two, it's starting to pull my choke up into the bottom of his jaw, right? So I'm going to be here, and when I get this, I'm going to come this way, and I get a real quick tap. Same thing if I'm doing a triangle, right? So I see people all the time, they'll get their triangle, and they'll pull on his head, and they push with their legs and pull on his head to try to get their person's neck down over the arm. But what I really want to do is make this hole small. So I'm actually going to go the opposite way, right? So if he's in my triangle here, right, and I come here, I see people all the time do this, right? But as I do that, my legs come further away from my waist, and I can still finish the choke, but it's way less efficient, way higher chance he's going to escape, right? So when I do this, I want to be here and here, and I want to ball up into this, right? If I come here, I can tap it without hands, right? And honestly, I would not, and you kind of see his eyes started to roll there, I wouldn't recommend trying this in a fight, but even, people say it's, you got to have this arm over it. I hear that a lot from less experienced grapplers, but I can actually, without the arm in here, right? If you know your concepts of a triangle, that's no hands, no arm, his arm not in there, right? That's just me knowing how to make that hole around his neck smaller, right? So we've done a guillotine, triangle, rear naked choke. I see it a lot in that too. So come in here. So you'll see guys get here, right? And they'll be here, and they'll pull and pull and pull. Well, actually, let's turn your feet this way. So they pull and pull and pull, right? They get here, they got this good position, and they're here, and they're pulling. But as they're pulling, they're actually pulling his head up, and now my pressure is starting to get on the jaw, which is still really uncomfortable, right? But it's eliminating the choke, and I'm working way harder than I need to. If I am deep under here, I want to go forward, right? I am actually pushing in, I'm doing like a crunch, and I'm pinching my elbows, and this hole is getting smaller, right? So if I come here, I can finish this choke, right? Pulling, and there's my tap. But if I come here and I go this way, my tap is so much quicker, so much more efficient. Everything is shutting down really quick there, right? So whenever you're choking, any choke, it does not matter. Think about making the hole smaller, right? We want to make that hole that their neck is in as small as possible, right? Because all of this is muscle tissue. Well, not all of it, there's bone in there too, but you know, it's a lot of muscle tissue, blood, veins. It's all stuff that's smushy, right? So even though I might be like, the circumference might be smaller than their neck, there's still room for stuff to move, right? I want to make it way smaller than their neck, right? My triangle, I want my triangle to be about this big, and I want his neck and his shoulder in that hole, right? My guillotine, right? Or I went to rear neck choke. My guillotine, right? I'm making his neck is in that hole, right? You can see, what is that, about what, 3-inch diameter? Maybe 4, right? And that's his whole neck inside. I'm crushing all of that in. My rear neck and choke, right? He's in this hole, I'm this. Right, so that's getting real small. I actually finish a lot of rear naked chokes with one hand. I tie up both of their hands, and I get them here, and I push their head into the choke to make that hole smaller, and I just flex and finish out. So when you're doing your chokes, always think about that. Is making the hole their neck is in smaller. So this is definitely not step-by-step, it's more of a conceptual. Some of this stuff I have very detailed step-by-step videos on, so you can check them out too. But concept-wise, whenever you're choking, think about making that hole small. That's your goal. So that's all I got for you today. So I wish Connor good luck. This is going to be the last time he's with us. His employment is taking him quite a few states away, so he probably won't be in any more videos unless he happens to slide by. We'll definitely put him in one if you do.
I might be around at some point.
Yeah, but so that's all we got from him. But definitely hit like for this video, subscribe, notification bell. If you haven't yet, join the Facebook group. Lots of good information in there. That's where we do most of the giveaways, all that fun stuff. Please Google Mastering MMA. Leave me a 5-star review. If you're in the area, hit me up about classes. We are going to be doing actual classes here at the gym very soon. So hit me up about that if you're in the area. Harrisonburg, Stanton area in Virginia. Hit me up about that. We'd love to have you come join us. Lots of technique and strength and conditioning. We're going to have it all. We're going to push hard, create some beasts here. But that's all I got for you today. Leave your comments about this if it made sense, and if you try it out, let me know how it works for you. Thinking more about just making the hole small than the step-by-step things. See if you start hitting a few more chokes. But that's all we got for you for Mastering MMA. We will catch you next time.